Alright everyone, what is going on? BusterBarnes here, bringing you another Fantasy Premier League video, this time looking back and giving a recap of my week in Game Week 15, as well as going into the preview for Game Week 16, which is actually starting later today. No days in between these game weeks, guys. Literally the day after Game Week 15, we will be seeing how I did do in that game week. But if you guys do enjoy these FPL videos that are coming a bit more closer together now, we've got a bit more of a clustered fixture list in December. Please be sure to leave a like, comment down below how you guys did and what you're planning on doing going into Game Week 16. I would love to know. And as always, do subscribe to the channel for more Fantasy Premier League content. But with that said, let's get into how I did in Game Week 15. So as you can see, guys, we actually did alright, 54 points, the average was 41, so that is actually a green arrow, bringing us to 315,905, that's 100,000 ranks higher than my previous one last year, so hopefully we can make a bit more of distance on that going into the next week. As you know, I did take out Ben Chilwell for Reguilon. Chilwell actually did play against Arsenal, but didn't get as many points, Reguilon getting the 6. I was actually quite fortunate there, he got subbed off before Tottenham did concede that goal to Wolves, so that's nice. Martinez performing quite well as a 10-men Villa, did actually beat Crystal Palace 3-0. I'm a bit worried for Palace fans there. That is not great to be losing that much to a team that was down to 10 men. Robertson and Lamptey not really getting returns. It wasn't one of those higher scoring game weeks, it seems. 41, a bit of a lower average than most, maybe. But I mean, it can all be down to this. I captained the right person last week. I didn't captain Fernandes. I captained Son. Wrong decision. Completely, as Fernandes got 17 points. He didn't get that many points this time, only getting 12, but he was the right captain decision, so thank God I made that one. Salah not getting a return in that 1-1 draw with West Brom did help me quite a lot, so that's probably what's boosted my rank a fair bit. We could have actually seen a red arrow if Salah got a goal or two in that game. But yeah, not many other returns, no one else in the midfield. Brewster, Calvert-Lewin, Kane, really, it was Fernandes basically and Martinez, I guess, who sort of saved my week. So when you look at it, none of my players really did that well. Mahrez not playing again. Probably maybe my worst transfer I've made in FPL this season, bringing in Mahrez. I don't think he's started a single game yet that I've had him for the last 3 weeks. Although hopefully he'll start against Everton, as there's, they're playing today. There's only 1 day's break. He got rested, so hopefully he'll start in that game against Everton. At least I'd like to hope so. But looking at the fixtures, just for a brief overview, as you can see, Leicester United, maybe Barnes, he's starting a bit more games. Maybe he's someone to look into for Leicester City. However, I wouldn't look into him too soon, as obviously Leicester don't play in that week in Game Week 18, which is coming up. As you can see, only half the teams are playing, and that is what I've sort of based my transfers going forward on. As you guys know, what my plan is to do is to make a team for Game Week 18 and then to wildcard for Game Week 19, and maybe use my bench boost or triple captain for one of these teams that has the double game week. So that could be pretty interesting. But going into the fixtures again, Aston Villa, Watkins with 3 goals, could have probably, or 3 assists, sorry, could have probably got 3 goals. He's looking pretty good. So maybe someone that I'd look at again, but I'm not too sure what to think, because Palace's next game is today, and with Chelsea and them only having 1 game's rest, I'm sort of thinking, some players going to get rested, are some players not going to play? I think that is probably something that we can expect. Fulham and Southampton, nothing to speak about there. Arsenal and Chelsea now. Obviously, being a Chelsea fan, this was not a fun game to watch. Interesting though to see if this is maybe a game which gives Arsenal that boost to start winning some games, or if this is more going to be just a one-off. Saka maybe looks like Arsenal's most promising player still. Martinelli played quite well, but I'm not too sure again with the clustered fixtures how much he's going to play. Obviously Aubameyang, Willian, they weren't available, so I'm not too sure what Arteta's going to do. Is he going to continue sticking with the youth, or is he going to just bring those players back in? I'm not too sure. I mean, he didn't actually start Pepe, so maybe that shows that he is maybe valuing youth a little bit more, but I guess we'll see. Maybe some decent options could come with the Arsenal players if some of their youngsters do start playing. Man City, Torres, Gundogan, Sterling, just, Man City ticking along. Maybe their defenders looking a bit more appealing than their attackers. Everton, no Calvert-Lewin getting a return. Sigurdsson maybe playing quite well at the moment, so maybe eventually he could be an option. Bamford getting another goal for Burnley. West Ham and Brighton, 2-2, and no one really, I'd say, to try and get or focus on. Maybe if Johnson carries on playing, he could be a good 4 million defensive option. But obviously, I'm not too sure if he's going to keep playing or not. Liverpool and West Brom drawing 1-1. That was a pretty big shock. Mane getting the goal there, but I don't think that should really affect anyone's thoughts going to Liverpool. Wolves and Spurs, Neto getting an assist. Maybe he's someone that's sticking out a bit more for Wolves. Maybe we could eventually, if their fixtures do clear up, look at getting someone like him. But Wolves do have a bit of a tougher game weeks coming up. But yeah, like I said, Spurs, Reguilon there being a bit fortunate, getting subbed off before the clean sheet was lost. And that definitely helped out my week. So that was my overview, guys, of Game Week 15. Let me know how you did in the comments below. Also, be sure to join the league code, which is at the top of the screen. It's never too late to do so. So if you want a crack at winning the BusterBarnes official league, be my guest to join. But with that said, guys, let's get into what my plan is for Game Week 16. Okay, so this is my team for Game Week 16. As you can see, a red bar. Lamptey probably isn't going to be playing the game against Arsenal, but at the end of the day, there was another transfer which I did want to do in preparation for Game Week 18 because Brighton are playing, and I'd like to think that Lamptey will be fit, so I don't really want to get rid of him as looking ahead to this game week. Even though it's against Man City, having a player like him could be good, and Lamptey's someone that could get an attacking return as well, playing that wing-back role. But as you can see, Robertson, Reguilon still gets to start. Hopefully we can see some Tottenham returns against Fulham, although knowing my luck, we'll just see maybe Fulham pull off a fluky 1-0. I mean, that would still be good for Chelsea in the league. Martinez and Grealish got Chelsea away. A bit of question marks over this week on what players are going to play or get vested. Like, will we see Grealish get vested in this game maybe because it's only one game apart? I'm not too sure. As you guys can see, I did actually get rid of Pulisic. Now this was always the plan because I don't think Pulisic is going to start against Villa because he's only had 1 day rest. He's just come back from injury. I don't think he's going to be risked starting this game against Villa, at least in my opinion. Obviously if he does start, that could be problems for me, but either way I support Chelsea, so if he does start I hope he does well anyway. But I have brought in Saka instead. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that Saka's going to get loads of points from now on just because he scored that pretty fluky goal against us. Obviously, just intending to cross, but it went in. But he is Arsenal's, sort of key man at the moment. He is playing all the minutes. He is still looking, like trying to make things happen. And their fixtures are probably the best out of the teams that are playing in Game Week 18. They have Palace, they have West Brom, and they have Brighton, which, I mean, for all we know, Arsenal could go back to their ways and lose all of those games. I have no clue, but maybe there's a chance that they get back into some form, and if they do, I think Saka's a decent option to have. This also frees up money for maybe me to upgrade to someone really good going into Game Week 18, as I will still need to be offloading Fernandes and Robertson before that week, as they are not playing that week, so that is what I'm going to have to do. Can maybe upgrade the Fernandes to a Sterling or a De Bruyne or something like that. But yeah, that's how my team is looking. Calvert-Lewin against Man City at home. I have gone to captain Harry Kane. Fulham at home is just too appealing. Even though Fulham do look better, it is a bit of a London derby. But I think that's just the best option. Wolves can be a tricky team, so I'm not going with Fernandes on this one, although we all know he can get a penalty. But Kane's on penalties for Fulham as well. Only worry is that maybe Grealish won't play. Lamptey, I think there's a possibility he could play against Arsenal. I don't know if Potter has ruled him out. It does say expected back January 13th. Okay, well that is actually a bit more interesting, but I'm going to keep him in my team for now, and we'll see what his availability is looking like going into that Manchester City game. But that is going to be my team, guys. Do let me know what you guys are doing down below. It is the last game week for you to use your wildcards, so let me know if you did so. Obviously this video will be coming out just after the game week does start, so I'm not really going to preview any games for you guys to focus on because at the end of the day it's going to be too late, and also rotation risks do make it tough. I'd probably say Spurs v Fulham, Liverpool v Newcastle, there's some decent games to maybe have a crack at. Maybe if you have some attacks from Southampton and West Ham as well, that could be decent. But like I said, who knows what's going to happen with fixture rotation. But yeah, let me know what you guys are planning to do in the comments below. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Fantasy Premier League content. A lot of you guys showed some good support on my last preview video, so the same support is always appreciated. I do hope you all have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.